A distant explosion shatters the night, flames licking the thick smoke that swallows the ravaged village. Through the haze, a young woman, Amina, stumbles forward, her torn scarf clutched tightly in one hand. Around her, the sounds of gunfire and anguished cries slice the suffocating silence. How did she escape the relentless assault that claimed everything she knew? What horrors haunt her steps as she flees into the unknown? This is the story they tried to bury. It is 1942, deep within a war-torn conflict zone where borders blur and allegiances shift like shadows. The earth beneath Amina's feet is cold, soaked with mud, and the acrid stench of diesel lingering in the air. The horizon is broken by smoldering ruins and the brittle outlines of splintered trees. The once vibrant village, alive with laughter and shared stories, now lies in shattered silence. Amina's eyes, wide and haunted, reflect the firestorm that roars behind her, a world collapsing in chaos. Her journey began long before that night when the sky bled fire and her world crumbled. Amina's home was a simple one, tucked away from the front lines. Family and community were her anchors, fragile yet steadfast in a cruel time. Yet beneath the surface, the ominous rumblings of war crept steadily closer. News came in fragmented whispers of battles lost and villages razed, but the true terror stayed hidden from those who clung to hope. The inciting moment arrived without warning. As dusk fell, the thunder of artillery shells crashed like a relentless storm. Villagers ran, desperate to escape a barrage that showed no mercy. Amina's hands trembled as she reached for the faded photograph of her younger brother, pressed into her palm by a neighbor's tear-streaked promise to protect him. But amidst the chaos, separation tore her life apart, the fractured family, the vanished faces, a shattered past. Her flight was a grueling odyssey through broken fields and shadowed forests, haunted by relentless fear. Each step was a struggle to survive, hunted by hunger, cold, and the ruthless patrols scouring the land. Shelter was a fleeting illusion. Starvation gnawed, darkness engulfed, and the weight of uncertainty pressed ever heavier. Encounters with other displaced souls revealed the shared anguish, eyes hollowed by loss, hearts burdened by untold sacrifices. The night swallowed prayers whispered into the void. Survival demanded a brutal resilience. Amina's will burned fiercely even as despair clawed at her resolve. Enemy fire erupted nearby. She dove into a shallow ditch, heart hammering, breath shallow and ragged. The sounds blurred into a terrifying symphony of destruction. Time fractured, one moment a gunshot, the next her body thrown against the earth. The line between life and death blurred as screams echoed in her ears. Against all odds, she dragged herself to safety, every second a victory snatched from the jaws of oblivion. But the true nightmare was yet uncovered. As Amina reached the refugee camp, the thin veil lifted to reveal the haunting reality beyond the battlefield. Crowded tents, scarce food, disease, and an unyielding sense of abandonment painted a grim tableau. The world's silence toward these victims was deafening. Forgotten lives numbered in thousands, their stories erased or ignored by history's pen. The trauma carved deep scars that no evacuation could mend. The psychological wounds festered in silence, a legacy of war's cruelest aftermath. Amina's story unfolds not just as a tale of survival, but as a stark illumination of the hidden agonies suffered by countless refugees. The brutal truth they hid was the endless cycle of loss and hope, the invisible battles fought long after the guns fell silent. This is the shadow history, the lives eclipsed by statistics, the faces unseen behind headlines. Her journey ended far from home, but never from memory. Amina's resilience stands as a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure unbearable pain and still seek light in the darkness. Yet the haunting question remains. How many more Aminas remain unheard, their truths buried beneath war's forgotten rubble? As the echoes of old battles fade, will we ever truly grasp the cost paid by those who fled? The terrifying truth they hid about Amina is the story of millions, each desperate for safety, dignity, and a voice in a world that too often chooses to look away. When will we finally see? What do you think is the most overlooked struggle of war refugees? Share your thoughts and bear witness to the story's history tries to hide.